Have you ever walked away from a conversation with your spouse and thought, how did we end up arguing about that? Maybe it started as a simple discussion, a question, a concern, a small request, and somehow it became another misunderstanding, another moment of distance, another reminder that something doesn't feel quite right. Most couples assume the problem is communication. But what if communication isn't the real issue? What if there's something deeper happening underneath every difficult conversation? Something many couples never learn to recognize. Imagine a couple sitting at the same dinner table. They're not yelling, they're not fighting. From the outside, everything looks normal. But inside, something has changed. One partner no longer feels safe sharing disappointments. The other no longer feels safe expressing needs. Both are carefully choosing their words, avoiding certain topics, protecting themselves. Not because they don't care, but because every vulnerable conversation seems to end badly. Over time, silence begins replacing honesty. Distance replaces closeness, and eventually both partners start asking the same painful question. What happened to us? Let's imagine a husband named Michael and a wife named Sarah. One evening, Sarah says, "I feel like we've barely connected lately." What she means is, "I miss you." But Michael hears, "You're failing as a husband." Feeling criticized, he becomes defensive. He explains how busy work has been. Sarah hears excuses. Michael hears blame. Sarah feels dismissed. Michael feels attacked. Within minutes, both are hurting. Neither intended to create conflict. Neither feels understood. And neither realizes what's actually happening beneath the surface. Relationship science has taught us something important. When people feel emotionally safe, they become more open, more curious, more willing to listen, more willing to repair. But when people feel emotionally threatened, the brain shifts into protection mode. We stop trying to understand. We start trying to defend. Winning becomes more important than connecting. Being right becomes more important than being close. This doesn't mean anyone is a bad partner. It means the nervous system is doing what it was designed to do: protect us from pain. The challenge is that protection often looks exactly like the behaviors that create more distance: withdrawal, defensiveness, criticism, shutting down. Not because love disappeared, because safety did. Think about your last difficult conversation. Not the words, the feeling underneath the words. Did you feel understood or judged? Did you feel curious or defensive? Did you feel emotionally safe enough to be honest? Or were you carefully managing what you said? Many people spend years trying to improve communication techniques. But communication skills struggle to work when emotional safety is missing. It's like trying to grow a garden in soil that no longer supports growth. The problem isn't the seed, it's the environment. Here's the reframe that changes everything. Instead of asking, how do we win fewer arguments? Ask, how do we create more safety? Because emotional safety changes conversations before they even begin. Safety sounds like, help me understand. Safety sounds like, tell me more. Safety sounds like, I'm listening. Safety sounds like, we're on the same team. When people feel safe, they reveal what's actually happening inside. The hurt beneath the anger, the fear beneath the frustration, the longing beneath the criticism. And that's where real connection begins. Not when partners become perfect, but when partners become safe enough to be imperfect together. This week, try one simple exercise. The next time your spouse shares a concern, resist the urge to explain, defend, or solve. Instead, pause, take a breath, and ask, "Can you help me understand what this feels like for you?" Then, listen. Not to prepare your response, not to prove your point, just to understand. You may be surprised by how much tension disappears when someone finally feels heard. Small moments of safety create trust. Trust creates openness. Openness creates connection. And connection creates the possibility for healing. No marriage becomes distant overnight. And most marriages don't heal overnight either. But many relationships begin changing the moment two people stop seeing each other as opponents and start seeing each other as partners facing the same challenge. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is creating a relationship where both people feel safe enough to be fully human. Therefore, we close. If today's message resonated with you and you want to go deeper into transforming your marriage through self-awareness and emotional understanding, I've written a Kindle book called Harmony Us Marriage. Elevate your marriage with self-awareness. It's designed to help couples break negative patterns and build emotional safety step by step. You can find it in the description below. And if you're drawn to ancient wisdom applied to modern relationships, explore my second book, Mantras of Love, based on Hindu wisdom. It blends timeless principles with practical guidance for real-life connection. Both links are in the description. Take your next step toward healing today. And if Reframe Us is helping you see your relationships in a new light, consider subscribing. This community is built around one simple belief. Relationships heal when understanding grows. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.